Hi, my name is Xiaoming Ji. In this presentation, I'm going to introduce our project. And I teamed with Xiang Gao and working this project. And the project is about boat engine. So what is the boat engine? And the boat engine is it's a SDK or application framework. It implements the core NLP capability to enable developer to build the boat application. For example, the chatbot, which can help the hotel service to do the online customer service, or it can be a central home center to control some smart home appliance. And it can help developer to build such boat application easily. And our boat engine is basically inspired by Microsoft Language Understanding Intelligence Service and the boat framework. And we actually implement the basic functionality of this framework. And also, our boat engine is configuration based, which means developer can easily configure the intent and entities by doing some configuration without coding. It's also help them to build the boat application easily. And our boat engine is extensible, which means the developer can extend our framework to support various communication channels. For example, they can extend the framework to support Facebook Messenger or Slack or some other instant messaging UI, or it can support any kind of like web applications. And also they can extend our framework to support various services, for example, the hotel booking services or some other services by leveraging our boat engine. So let me talk about the framework itself. And our framework is basically some classes implemented in Python. So we basically have four major classes: intent recognizer, channel, dialog, and services. So the first intent recognizer is a classifier. It's a text classifier, and to capture the user's intent from the user's message. For example, by using some NLP techniques, and our framework can recognize some natural language and to classify the natural language as some intent. The second one is channel. Channel is a way user communicate with the boat application. So it's actually represent a UI. It could be a command line based, which we also implement in our framework as a demo. And also the channel could be a Facebook Messenger, web service, etc. The dialog is basically represent the conversation between user and the boat application. And the dialog it's kind of like a workflow to get the intent and also asking user some actual input if the entity are missed. Then the dialog will also call the service to satisfy user's request. And service, the last one, service is the class represent the real service provider which can satisfy the user's request. It's encapsulate some business logic, for example, hotel booking service or some other service which can control like home appliance. So here's our design. And the boat engine on the top is a boat application on the top is an application which leverage these four classes to build an application which understands the user natural language input and then call the service to satisfy the user's request. And it communicates with the user through channel, and the user message is recognized by this intent recognizer class. So all this communication is encapsulated in a dialog. So let me talk about these classes in more detail. Intent recognizer, it's basically have some major features. Get intent, as I mentioned, it can translate the user message to intent. It's actually a classifier. And also it can extract entity. Entity is detailed information in a user message. You can think about the entity as a parameter when we are doing the function call. So we can extract the entity from a user message. And also we can check whether an entity is complete in this message. If not, we can promote and ask the user to input more parameters or informations. So we can also add some other entities to this intent. Okay. So channel is a user interface, and it get message from the user and also send a message from the user. When also it can translate the message from the service and to the user UI. It's kind of like translation. Can translate the format between different user interface and the services. Dialog. So dialog is also, as I mentioned, is a way to encapsulate the conversation between user and the boat application. It can initiate a conversation, and also it can make service call once user intent has been recognized. Service is a class. Usually, the developer need to extend this service to execute their own business logic to satisfy users' intent. And it's very usual one intent mapped to a functional call in one service. So to complete a task, such as book a hotel or check hotel review. Okay, so we have a configuration file as used to be used in the Meta toolkit application. And in this configuration file, we configure our some basic configuration for our classifier. So we use information retrieval method as a classifier to classify a message, and specifically use BM25. And the reason we use this IR method instead of the traditional classifier like SVM, naive bias is because we need, giving a message, we need to match what exactly utterance in the corpus we can find. So the traditional classifier classify to a categorization which is too coarse for our purpose. That's why we use information retrieval technique for us as a classifier, which works very well. And also the analyzer is we do very simple analyzer, and just use unigram, SU, lowercase, and stammer filterings. We don't use stop words because usually the message sent by the user is very short. We want to keep as many information as possible, so to in order to get the user intent more clearly. So let's do a demo on how to use our framework to build a hotel chatbot. This chatbot can be considered as a hotel online service. User can talk with this chatbot to do some like check hotel review, search hotel, or even make a booking. So in this demo, we need to prepare some training data, which is list user request or utterance, and label all these requests as some intent. We also predefine some entities slots in this utterance or the message. The training data actually is used to make an index, and for our later can be used as a retrieval method to match which utterance best match the user message. So we define some intent in the configuration file. Some intent as a greeting, search hotel, or show hotel review, book hotel, and also some common command like help, goodbye. Also, we define some entities or like a parameter for this intent. So we also implement a main function. It's a Python function, can be used, can be executed in the command line, and also a hotel service. So I'm going to show the code for this demo, and also I'm going to play around with this demo. Okay, so let's check the data first. So in this hotel.data, I list all the message user could possibly send to the boat application. And also in another file is a label, which is intent for all this data. So we have greeting, search hotel, show hotel review, book hotel, help, goodbye, all this intent, which is a one-to-one mapping to this message. And to build a boat application, we made a command line application. It's a hotelboat.py. It's easy. It's very easy application. We set up a command line channel. We make a dialog. We also make the dialog use the hotel service. And then we just keep asking the user input and then call the service and to satisfy the user's request. And here's the service, the hotel service.py. So this service actually is an extension to the basic service class. And also for each intent, we map to one function. For example, for search hotel intent, we match to the search hotel function, which is defined here. Okay, so I'm going to show what it looked like when we play in the command line. Okay, so in the command line, we type Python hotel boat.py. Okay, so it gives us some like welcome message, and let's first type like help. It show the message like you can search and get review of the hotel, And also, let's say we can do some other search like search hotel near, like in Seattle. Okay, that's a return from it's a fake return from our service. Okay, and we can also say like like make a booking, or like let's see like show hotel, show review. Okay, so it asks me which hotel I want to book or see the review, and then we say Four Seasons. Okay. Okay, so it return with like it can return from the services. Here's the review for the hotel Four Seasons. Okay, let's try to make a booking. Okay, and let's say book hotel in Seattle. Okay, so there's some problem. Okay, so this seems to give us a message like a search result instead like a booking. I think this is because we don't have such kind of utterance in our training document, training message. So let us add this message to our data, the training data. So let's try to here. So book hotel in place name, and this is actually the entity. And hotel name, room, nights, blah, blah, blah. So we add this as our training data, and also we label this data as a book hotel intent. Okay, so we save these two, and we quit. We remove the index, and we do the demo again. So this time let's try again. Book hotel in Seattle. Okay, we see, okay, this boat application asks me to give the hotel name. Let's see, I want to book Four Seasons. Okay. Okay, it's continue promote to ask me other information because we defined some other information here, like room nights, how many rooms, how many nights I want to stay in the hotel, and also check-in date. Okay, so I need to fill out these entities before the service can complete my request. Okay, so let's say I want to stay for 3 nights. Please tell me when do you want to check in. Let's say I want to check in by like okay, that's January 1st, 2008. Okay, here we go. It get all the information correctly, and also the service get called and return a message as Four Seasons in Seattle, check-in this times from input and for 3 nights. Okay. So user can add as many utterance or the message information here, and the framework, the boat engine use information retrieval to match exactly which utterance or message, which utterance can best match the message, and then to also extract the entity from the message. Okay, so let's say I finish all my booking, and then we can quit. Okay, so that's it. That's our project for the boat engine and also the demo for the boat engine. Thank you for visiting this. Thank you for watching this video.